fast. If I come across your For You page, okay, then that means everything happens for a reason. And you are that reason. You must have been asking the universe. I say you must have been asking the universe to assist you, okay, and finding discipline within yourself. Okay? Yeah, you must be asking the universe. And I got you. Okay? Yeah, one moment. We're going to get right into it. I said we're going to get right into it. There we go. Yeah. So again, how many of us know that we need to fast? Are we listening to our bodies intimately? Yeah, it takes some listening to your body to know that you need to fast. You know what you need to do for you. You don't need anyone else to tell you what you need to do. You don't need a book, okay, to learn different ordinances you need to keep with your body. Discipline is not something that someone can teach you. Discipline is something that you must cultivate within yourself. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Discipline isn't something that someone has to teach you. No one can teach you discipline. Discipline is something that you must cultivate from within. You must understand how to cultivate your own discipline. And this is going to come through self-love. And self-love is going to teach you self-care. They must live side by side for you to know to be disciplined, for you to understand the wisdom in discipline. Okay? Fasting teaches discipline. That's the first lesson in fasting. Fasting teaches discipline. Fasting teaches spiritual discipline. Fasting teaches emotional discipline. Fasting teaches physical discipline. And you're going to need all three of these disciplines, especially in a world where it's easy to grow addicted and attached to certain things. How many of us have suffered from addictions? How many of us been addicted to outside influences? How many of us have been addicted, okay, to substances? How many of us have been addicted, okay, to different feelings or the ways people make us feel? How many of us can honestly say that we've once suffered from addiction, or maybe we suffering from addiction within this moment? And that's why you found this video. Maybe we are tired of dealing with our addicted self. Maybe we are tired of dealing with our, okay, attached self. Okay, hold on, DJ, cue the beat. Yeah, maybe we tired, and it's okay to be tired. Because you know what tired saying? You know what it means when you tired? Tired mean I gotta put certain things to rest. Tired mean I'm tired of looking at myself a certain type of way. I'm frustrated with myself. Tired means parts of me need to sit down so other parts of me can get up. It's okay to be tired. Okay? But I don't want you to be retired. Be tired. Don't be retired, because when you retired, you stepping into something cyclical. When you retired, that means you giving up. When you retired, that means you throwing in the towel. I don't want you to be retired. That means always tired for the same things. So tired that you ready to give up. I say be tired. Don't be retired. Fasting teach you, okay, how to give rest to certain things. Listen, if you're feeling some spiritual blockages, if you're feeling some emotional blockages, if you're feeling overwhelmed spiritually, emotionally, via the information you've been receiving from your senses, from these last current events, however you may be feeling, fasting gonna help. Are you feeling unable to control your desires? Do you get around food and just want to eat anything? Fasting finna help you. Are you the person that somebody can just pass the joint, and even if you don't smoke, you consider it? Okay? Or you grab everything that someone that gives you. Okay? Fasting to help you. Do you know how to approach your desires correctly? Your desires isn't something you give into all the time. Your desires is something that should be used as a leading force to guide you to where you want to go. Your desires. For that matter, the divine feminine is supposed to be in the front. She leads in the front. Divine masculine leads in the back. Okay? Because she is the epitome of desire. Okay? And if she desire, she should be in the front of me. I'll move better. Okay? I'll make better decisions. Okay? I want us to understand. Listen, it's a certain way to use your desires to your advantage. Okay? It's a certain way to use the things that you want to your advantage. I appreciate you, DJ. It's a certain way, okay, for you to use the things, okay, that your spirit have subscribed to as a way to pull you further into your imaginative future. Okay? So, you're not going to be able to do this without discipline. You're not going to be able to get the things that you want without discipline. If you don't have a disciplined mind, what's going to stop these intrusive thoughts? I'm going to ask you again. If you don't have a disciplined mind, what's going to stop you from these intrusive thoughts? When it's time to go do something that benefits your well-being, there goes some intrusive thoughts. Why must we be aware of these? Okay? Because when I'm ready to go do something new, when I'm ready to go do something that grants abundance, when I'm ready to go do something, okay, I'm going to hear different voices in me. Some of them may become intrusive thoughts. Some of them may be insecurities. Don't go there. You don't know those people. Don't go over there. You never been there. Don't go do that because you never done that. These are intrusive thoughts. Why are they intrusive thoughts? Because you are intruding on my spiritual decision that I've already made. This is coming by way of your ego, which is the guardian controlling your spiritual antibodies, intellectual antibodies that are there to protect you. Yes, you have intellectual antibodies and spiritual antibodies. They're protecting you from things that may cause you some harm. And if it makes you insecure, your body is perceiving this as a harm. But should you be so secure doing things you never done? I ask you. Shouldn't you be a little nervous doing some things you haven't done? I ask you. If you haven't learned this type of discipline within your mind, these intrusive thoughts is going to determine where you place your feet. Fasting finna help you. Fasting finna help you. Okay? So, how do we fast? Why is food included in the fast? Okay? Food is not the determining factor of the fast, but it is the great foundation to begin fast. Why? Because if you can withhold yourself from something to eat or drink, you can withhold yourself from anything. I'm gonna tell you again. If you can withhold yourself from something to eat or drink, we ain't talking about just the bad foods, withholding even the good foods when you fasting. Okay, we ain't talking about just the bad drinks, withholding even the good drinks. If you can withhold yourself from food, if you can withhold yourself from drinking, stopping with anything that you addicted to, not gonna be no problem. Not attaching yourself to certain things, substances, people, emotions, it's not gonna be no problem. You withheld yourself from the emotions already when you withheld yourself from drinking. Okay? When you withheld yourself from stuffing your body with food and drinks, the liquid's going to identify with your emotions. You are building up emotional security and strength. Okay? This is fasting. This is what it teaches you. When you withhold yourself from the physical food, okay, then you also gaining back control over your physicality, over things that exist in your physical, over your body, over places, over people, over substances. You got to understand why we use food. You see, because food is one of the greatest needs. Allegedly, because we're going to put that under scrutiny. We understand that big pharma in the food industry wants you to be addicted to eating, not just food. Understand, this is two different things. Big pharma and these companies want you to be addicted to eating, not just food. Because real food is fuel. Some people food themselves, other people fuel themselves. I'm going to say it again. Some people food themselves, other people fuel themselves. Okay? The body just needs fuel. Fuel is hard to be addicted to. You ever find yourself addicted to some gas? You ever want to just keep putting gas in your car? No. No. Okay? You ever go out and have a great day that charges you? Do you want to go out and have the same day? No, you full. Spirit is full. Fuel don't come with addiction. Because you become full, powerful, fulfilled. Okay? So, nevertheless, they want you to be addicted to eating. That particular act alone, eating. When you are in the act of eating, you are practicing something. You are practicing giving in. You are giving in. And what are you giving into? You're giving into your emotions. You know how many people eat according to their emotions? 90% of your eating is because of how you felt. 90% of your eating is because of how you felt. And then you know your gut determines the way you think. So if 90% of your eating is determining the way is because of the way you felt, then that also means 90% of your eating is also determining the way you think. Your eating directly correlates to how you're thinking. How you thinking is already correlating to the decisions that you're making. Look around you. All this is the result of some food. All of what you see is the result of some food. Ashe, can I get a witness? Anybody hearing me? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? I appreciate you, DJ. You picking up what I'm putting down? Okay, can I get a witness? I know we got a witness out there because I done been there. I'm not speaking from a place I haven't been. Matter of fact, I don't speak on things if I ain't experienced it. I gotta have living proof. The truth is alive, and I must have living proof. Okay? Let my body bear witness. I done been addicted. Let my body bear witness. Food done been my loves. Let my body bear witness. I done gave into emotions. Okay? But I'm nearly 2 decades over with training and strengthening my being. I give in to nothing. I bow to nothing. See, I ain't say no one. See, I ain't say, come on now. I bow to nothing. Far be it from me for any substance, for any thimble, for any food, for any morsel, for any being, any deity, any person, any feeling to get me bending over. You know what that means when you bending over? Yeah, this for those of you that pray on your knees. For those of you that like bending over. You know what that is? Yeah, you are submitting to something. And what are you submitting to? Are you submitting to your lower self? A lot of you are submitting to your lower self when you bend. I'll give you an example. When you sick, you gonna bend, don't you? Bend are you doing? When you sick, you bend. What did you just submit to? Not to no medicine. What did you just submit to? Because is it far-fetched for us to say that you've been sick from the same thing before? Is that far-fetched? Have this thing gotten you sick before? I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the first time. Okay? And then what about your energies that you bending to? This to those divine masculine that like bending to things. Prostrating to things. What are you bending to? Are you bending to things you have not seen? What is this teaching your spirit? I know you've lied to yourself. Told you that you was bending for things that you may have witnessed, but did you really witness this? And if you can bend to the unseen, what's going to stop you from bending to your emotions? What's going to stop you from bending to these intrusive thoughts that's showing you lies? That's showing you these new people, these new places, these new habits, these new activities. Okay? That's granting you insecurity, but you ain't witnessed them yet. Okay? What's going to stop you from bending towards those insecurities and those nervousnesses? Giving into things you haven't seen. They painting lies within your mind. Who are these people? How will they judge me? How will they see me? What are these things? How will it affect me? How would I respond? Come on now. Can I get a witness? I know I got a witness out there. Somebody picking up what I'm putting down. And listen, this is no disrespect to anybody. If you feel disrespected, let me go ahead and speak to your energy. Okay? I don't care what's your spirit you practice. I'm pro you. Okay? I'm here for your enlightenment. Okay? And a lot, if not all spiritual practices are there to lead you into enlightenment, guiding you back to yourself. So I don't want you to think I'm not playing the same games. Okay? Because those of us that are teachers and leaders, I don't care if you judging them or if you don't like them. We all here. This energy, this frequency you looking at. Here to guide you back to yourself. That you may be able to share self with the universe. Spirituality is the art of knowing thyself. Knowing thyself. So whatever your spiritual practice is, it is leading you to knowing thyself. This is what we're doing right now. You want to know yourself better, go fast. You want to know yourself better, withhold yourself. Because after something is withheld, then you go into withdrawal. Allow things to withdraw from your spirit. Allow things to withdraw from your emotions. Okay? I'm just giving us a brief synopsis on fasting. I have a full playlist on YouTube on fasting for you to watch at your leisure. But there's many things you need to understand. Okay? You need to understand withholding until it becomes withdrawal. Withhold until it becomes withdrawal. A lot of you can't get through the withholding part. Some of you are even afraid of the withholding part. Okay? You must withhold so it can withdraw. I'll give you an example. If you want things to not have power over you, you must withdraw your attention. Don't pay a thing an attention and it'll lose energy. Withhold attention, it will withdraw from you. I'm trying to give you back your power. You taking it? I'm trying to give you back your power. You taking it? Withhold to withdraw. Something must withdraw from you because at certain times you don't have the power to rip it from you. You must starve it so it can withdraw from you. Be that powerful. Understand your power. Know your power. Know that you are. Know that you are. Nothing is more powerful than you in this equation we call life. You the superstar. Okay? Yeah, there might be a supporting cast, but you are the star. Okay? Even if it's a spinoff, it's going to be spinoffs of new versions of you because you keep evolving. Be disciplined. Learn how to discipline yourself because you know what's going to happen? Life is going to discipline you. Life will discipline you itself. And if you don't heed these lessons in this lifetime, you know you projecting and pushing that off onto your offspring. You know they're going to have to learn the lessons of discipline that you didn't teach them. Teach them. This is why I made it my practice. This is why I made it my legitimate and literal business to share the practices that's going to be on the earth and have been for eons. Discipline isn't new. You just learning it. Discipline isn't new. When we meditate, we practice in mental and spiritual and emotional disciplines. When we fast, and we are practicing emotional, mental, and physical disciplines. This isn't new. For you to have power, you must learn how to fill yourself up. For you to have power. Don't you want power over your equation? Don't you want power over that last scenario, or maybe the current scenario, or the next scenario? Because yes, there is a next scenario. If you play in this adventure we call life, if you dancing through your imagination, you understand it's finna be trials and tribulations. But I finna turn all of these to triumphs. I don't try, I triumph. What do I mean by triumph? I try with oomph. And try with oomph, that's power. That means I accept that I may not hit the ball every time I swing that bat, but I'm going to hit it eventually. If I keep climbing long enough, I'm going to be at the top of that mountain. Okay, yodeling with the rest of us who done made it to the tops of those mountains. Climb the mountains of your spirit. Fast. Okay, I like to fast every full moon. The full moon represents a time to fast. Fast and release. This lesson was given to you by the divine feminine. Fast and release. The moon correlates with her moonstrew cycle. The moon correlates with her moonstrew cycle. As the tides rise, the tides in her rise. The tides in her rise. She finna release that water. Okay? You go out there and you release that water as well. I'm the eldest of 11. I done had 7 divine women be examples of me all my life. Okay, 7 divine women was examples of this water, and I seen looking through divine masculine eyes. I say what has happened to you must be happening to me, just on a different perspective, on a different spectrum. I'm going to say it again. I looked off in the divine feminine and seen y'all going through your menstrual cycles. Something must be happening to me as a divine masculine. I am your reflection and you are mine. You are showing me what I can't see in me. This is why human beings can't see their face. We need people to show us. Through the reflections of others can we see us. And I seen myself. You ever hear elder women say men have periods? Or maybe you've witnessed within men. If you're a divine feminine or if you're a divine masculine, maybe you witness in yourself. Oh, I go through a period of time within me. I don't feel the same. Yeah, this happens around those full moons. This also happens around those new moons. Full moons and new moons, okay, are fasting times and receiving times. Fasting times and receiving times. Why is full moon fasting again? Outside of the moonstrew cycles given to us by the divine feminine, the moon is magnetic. Its power is increased by the reflection of the sun. Just like the divine feminine's power is increased when I am reflecting my light, lifting her up. Okay? So, nevertheless, the moon magnetic properties increase That's why the water raises during high tide. That's why people are emotional. If you look in movies, look at what happened in horror movies around full moons. There's finna be some dark and scary things happening. But I don't want that to be demonized. The scary thing within those horror movies is just people in their emotions. Don't you be afraid of yourself. Don't you be afraid of your emotions. And don't you be afraid of nobody else. But you best know how to dodge them. You best know how to maneuver around them. You see the werewolf during the full moon, what you think happening? Okay? It's some emotions that's bringing out that masculine energy. It's some emotions bringing it up. He need to be a man. We need to see the wolf come up out of him. But understand that also represents the werewolf in you, divine feminine. It happens for all of us. What's good for the gander is indeed good for the goose. Your masculine principles is rising. Releasing, peace, all of those is masculine energy. Okay? Peace is a masculine energy. Chaos is a divine feminine energy. I want you to also bear witness to that. So when you come into the point of that month that you need to be by yourself, that you need peace, that you're seeking a safe haven, okay, of your positive thoughts and of those positive emotions, that's your masculine energy. You're finna give into that. The light already shining on the moon. It's already a sun. It's already masculine energy reflecting on the moon. You best give into that. The moon is fasting because the moon represents fasting because it's pulling. Magnetic energy is a pulling energy. How is it pulling? This isn't spiritual. This is science. This is science. Okay? Meaning your body is iron. Y'all know the magnets on your refrigerator that your mama had? That's iron. Okay? Iron is magnetic. Okay? Which must means there must be a lot of iron principles on the moon too. So when they said iron sharpen iron, they was really talking about the divine feminine, making the divine feminine stronger. So they can make their communities and families and other men stronger. Okay? So that iron is pulling on you as a person. There's a whole planet, the moon, pulling on you. Why not release? Why not release? See what I mean? This is what your body is trying to do biologically. Okay? On a scientific level. This is esoteric. Okay? And I recognize that divine feminine energy pulling on me because that's what y'all do to me. Y'all pull on me. I push on y'all. Y'all pull on me. Right now I'm pushing you. Okay? I'm pushing you towards discipline. I'm pushing you towards gifting yourself. I'm a man. I'm a giver. I'm going to always give you. But who am I to not teach you how to give yourself? Okay? Give yourself discipline. Remember, fasting, okay? Withholding until we withdraw. Yes, there are many stages. There are 6 stages to fasting. Look at my fasting playlist to learn them all. 6 stages to fasting. But the first 2, withholding to withdraw. During the withholding spirit, your body is going to go through a lot of emotional upheavals. Okay? You're going to feel spiritually frustrated. You must accept that. Don't stop. Don't stop before you get the withdrawal. And yes, when you get the withdrawal, it finna get worse. It finna get worse. Yeah, it finna rain before the sun come out. I promise you, you can handle it. You were made to handle it. You were made to fast. Human beings didn't invent this. They accepted it. They accepted it as a natural skill and ordinance. Okay? Natural behaviors of mankind and womankind. Okay? Nevertheless, shall this video have helped you in any way, shape, or form? Okay? Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like it. The likes help my algorithm that I'm building that belongs to us, divine energies. Okay? We here to help them babies. We here to help, okay, the men and the ladies that can't help themselves. We here to help the less fortunate. Okay? We here to help our elders that will never be forgotten about. Okay? We here to help each other. We here to help every race, every creed, every ethnicity, every culture. We have no racism here. We have no bias here. Okay? You are all loved. You are all appreciated. You are all my reflections if you found this frequency. Send this to somebody that may need it. We have a slogan here if you didn't know. And I'm going to keep reminding y'all the first 1,000 videos until you have it embedded in your spirit. Okay? We enrich bodies. We enrich spirits. We enrich minds so that the lives we live can be enriched. We walking in riches. My philosophy is mental wealth. So for that matter, is let's get rich. Ashe? Thank you.